AskDoctorJo, and today I'm going to show you some stretches and exercises for... Is that a video call coming in? Oh my gosh, hey, it's Ray!
Hey, it's Dr. Joe. How's it going?
Good, how's it going with you?
I am doing absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. I met Ray at YouTube's Next Up, and he is awesome. What you been up to?
Oh, I've just been chugging away at life, making YouTube videos and just having fun. You gotta have fun with what you do.
Awesome, that is so cool. Hey, will you tell everybody a little bit about your channel for us?
Sure, so I make gaming reviews, tech reviews, and I normally combine film with tech, so I create these high quality video packages to just entertain and engage. It's always fun.
That sounds like so much fun. I think I need that job. I'm cool with that. So do you usually have some injuries or things that get tight or irritated when you're doing all that stuff?
Yeah, so it's a lot of sitting at your desk and it's a lot of just playing games and stuff. So you normally feel it in your fingers and sometimes you feel like tense in your back. So it's just like, sometimes you gotta just get up, stretch, and move around, and I don't know, so you still feel tense after that.
Yeah, definitely. I've got some stretches and exercises for that. So let's check them out.
Cool.
Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. Since Ray does a lot of this motion with his handheld Switch and his old school Game Boys and all those kind of gaming controllers, he gets that tightness in his fingers, his thumb, his wrist, sometimes the chest and the back as well. So we'll start off doing some stretches with the hands and the wrist, and then we'll work our way up a little bit. The first set of exercises are just going to be simple, active range of motion, really just kind of loosening up the wrist a little bit. So if you have a tabletop or your desktop, you can prop your elbow up on it, but you can also do it in the air as well. Just make a fist, and just to start off with, you're going to come up and then slowly back down. And you should feel a little stretch through in here, and when you come up, down here a little bit. But you're not really holding the stretch. You're just doing some active motion to kind of warm up those muscles, because when you're doing stretches, you really want those muscles to be nice and warm. So just starting off, maybe 10 each way of these just to get it loosened up a little bit. Then you're going to turn your fist over and you're going to do an up and down motion. So again, this is really just kind of loosening up those muscles, especially when you go down this way. That stretches that thumb area, which has a lot of movement and action when you're doing that gaming stuff. So this is a nice one to kind of stretch those out and get those muscles loosened up just a little bit. So same thing, just do about 10 each way just to get it nice and loosened up. Then you're going to go into a stretch to stretch those wrist extensors and those wrist flexors. And I point up here because those wrist muscles that move the wrist come all the way up to the elbow. So sometimes people have some pain there, but those muscles attach all the way along here. So you really want to stretch those out as well. So when you're doing stuff and you're turning your hands and your wrists in different directions, that sometimes wears those out a little bit and gets them stiff and tired. So to start off with, put your arms straight out. You want your elbow to be fairly locked out in front of you. You're just going to start off with a stretch of pulling your fist up like this. And if you need more of a stretch, you can go this way and you'll feel those wrist flexors getting stretched under there. If you want more of a stretch, put your fingers out, opening your palm up, and that'll give more of a stretch through there, and then you can pull this way. So these are actually going to be stretches. You want to hold them for about 30 seconds, and then you'll do 3 of those. But I like to alternate back and forth, then going into the wrist extensors. So this is just the opposite motion. If your fingers are straight out, it's not quite as much of a stretch. But if you want more of a stretch up through here, make a fist and then push down. You'll really feel it right through there. So I like to alternate back and forth, 30 seconds this way, come back up, 30 seconds that way, and then doing 3 each way, really just to get those loosened up. And so especially if you're doing both sides, when you're gaming, stretch both sides. If you're just using a mouse, you could probably get away with just stretching one side, but you want to keep everything even and nice and loose. The next one is to stretch the thumb itself. So when you're doing this motion a lot, it gets really tight through this whole joint in here. So a good way to stretch the thumb out is just bring it, pull it back, just really gently this way. You don't want to crank on it, but then it kind of stretches that webbing area right in there. So again, this is going to be a stretch, so you're just holding it for 30 seconds, doing the stretch 3 times. So if you want to give one side a little break, switch sides, stretch that way you can, but doing 30 seconds, 3 on each side. Then to go in stretching the fingers themselves, what you want to do, this is kind of a cool technique. Take one finger and hold it up kind of into an extended position. Again, don't feel like you have to crank on it. You just want to feel a little stretch through here. But then take the other fingers and the thumb and go downwards. And you'll feel stretching everywhere. You'll feel it here. You'll feel it where those fingers are curling down that way. And it's just really stretching all in that hand, wrist, and forearm area. So just do that about 5 times. And then work your way down all your fingers. Just kind of trying to make a fist. You probably won't be able to make a full fist. And then going all the way down your fingers. Then you're going to do the opposite way. So now you're going to pull your finger down and just stretch those fingers upwards. So again, just about 5 times. You don't want to pull that finger so hard downwards that it's going to hurt. You just want to feel a nice stretch in there. So you're just trying to kind of open them up like that. And then again, doing both sides, just kind of running through those. Then after that, you want to stretch the webbing in between your fingers, because there's muscles in between there too, surprisingly. People wouldn't think that. So just take 2 fingers on the other side, maybe your thumb and pointer finger, and then just stretch out that webbing. So with this, just hold it maybe 3 to 5 seconds just to get a little stretch. You can go all the way down and then come all the way back up. And then same thing, switching sides. I'll go this way so you can see it. And then just stretching the webbing in between, really just to loosen up those fingers, loosen up the hands so they don't get stiff on you. After you stretch all those out, then you want to work those muscles a little bit. Most of the time when you're gaming, you're going into a flexion motion. You're doing this a lot. So then those extensor motions don't get used very much. So you want to strengthen those to keep everything nice and loose and working. So a pretty simple thing you can use is a rubber band. What you want to do is take the rubber band and put it around your thumb and your fingers at the tips, and then just really gently kind of open them up this way. So you're extending those fingers and then nice and slow coming back down. So you don't want to just pop them back in, because I don't know if you heard that. You hear some cracking going on in the fingers, but really try and control that band. It's just like a resistive band, except a smaller version of it. So you're strengthening those muscles. So you don't necessarily have to hold it, but make sure you're doing a nice controlled motion with those. So just do about 10 of them. You don't have to go overboard, but just working those muscles in a different way than what they're doing all day long. So after you kind of get these all loosened up a little bit, another big thing, especially when you're gaming or you're working on a computer a lot or you're doing a lot of tech stuff, people tend to come forward this way. So you're like this, or you're on the computer and your chest kind of rolls forward like this, and your head goes forward like this, and all these muscles in here get really, really tight. So a great way to kind of help correct your posture and to help stretch back out all these neck muscles is to do just a very simple chin tuck. A chin tuck, not going down chin tuck, but a chin tuck to kind of straighten out your posture is really easy. It looks silly, but it's easy to do, and you can do it anywhere. I like putting my finger on my chin, because what that does is that allows me to see how much I'm really tight and need to stretch. So what you want to do is put your finger on your chin, but leave the finger in that one spot so it doesn't follow the chin. It just stays there as a starting point so you can kind of see where your chin is. Then you want to take your chin and your head and just push it backwards. So it's like this. And so you can see I'm making some double chins there. But what I'm doing is I'm working these muscles here. And if I just leave my finger where it started and then I relax, you usually can see just a little bit of space in between. And then the more you do that, then the more those muscles will kind of correct themselves, and that forward head motion will correct it. So these don't get overstretched and these don't get tight. So you're kind of correcting those. So I like to do where you go, hold it back for about 5 seconds, give it a nice hold, relax, and do about 5 of those. And then the last one is just stretching for your chest. So again, that chest, when your shoulders kind of roll forward, when you're doing a lot of stuff in front of you, when you've got that forward head position, this gets all tight in here, and that can affect your shoulders and that can affect your arms as well. So there's a couple pretty easy chest stretches for that. I'm going to stand up and show you how to do those. There's a lot of ways you can stretch out your chest muscles, but a really easy one to do is take your hands, clasp them behind you, and what you want to do at the same time is you're going to push your hands down and out and then push your chest out. So it's going to be this motion. And you should feel that stretch right in that chest area, those pec muscles. And so you're just going to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds and then relax, shake it out if you need to, and then stretch again. So again, 30 seconds, 3 times for those. Another great one is stretching it in a corner. So I'll show you how to do that as well. So you're just going to find a corner in a room that doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. And what you want to do is put one hand on each side of the corner. And then you're going to put one leg forward, kind of in a lunge position, into the corner. So just find a spot on each side of the walls, 1 foot in front, and then what you're going to do is bend that front knee and just come into the corner until you feel your chest stretching. So again, you'd hold that for 30 seconds, do that 3 times. If you don't feel quite a stretch with your hands here, bring them up some, and that just changes the stretch a little bit. And so it's usually just a preference for people. Some people like their hands up high, and some people like their hands a little bit lower. All right, there you have it. Those were your stretches and exercises. So hey, Ray.
Yes.
Who do you think has got the coolest gaming going on right now?
Ooh, that's pretty tough. You got the original Game Boy right there.
Yeah.
But I do think I could top that.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of classic and modern. Somebody made this. One of my viewers made me a Game Boy, a red Game Boy. But the cool thing is, the kicker is that it has a backlight.
What?
A backlight, and this thing never came in red.
That is so cool.
It's tough to beat the original Game Boy, but this can play original Game Boy games too.
Yeah, well, it's not too tough because I'm not actually sure it works anymore, but you know, whatever. All right, so thanks so much for hanging out with us. I hope those stretches and exercises will help you and your viewers. And
Definitely.
Don't forget to subscribe to Ray's channel, and don't forget to subscribe to Ask Dr. Joe. And remember, be safe.
Have fun.
And I hope you feel better soon.